everybody, my name is Python and welcome back to another episode here of Minecraft Survival from Python's World. I thought for today's episode we could take things down a notch, especially after the debacle that was trying to get this zombie horse. We came just a little bit too close to death for comfort, my friends. So yeah, today we're going to take things a little bit more chill, and we're going to start off by making ourselves the level 30 standard enchant setup, and we're going to see what kind of enchants we can kick off our gear with. It's probably worth mentioning the comment of the day for today's episode is in relation to enchanting. James Robinson says, "Hi Python, the battle of the zombie horse was amazing and intense." That it was, my friend. You should put looting 3 and the new lunge enchantment on your spear. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Can you even get looting 3 on the spear? I mean, if so, that's pretty awesome. There we are, kicking things off by grabbing ourselves all the books we need. Then we're going to be needing a couple of diamonds, of course. Then a few bits of obsidian. And finally, here we are, enchant table. And ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the bookshelves as well. I think for now, we're just going to make ourselves a temporary enchanting area. We really do need to get back to getting on with some building in this series, my friends. But part of today's episode is going to be outlining my big plans for building in this season. I've got some pretty big plans. We're going to have ourselves a whopping great centerpiece build. We're going to see if we can make ourselves some nice leaf/nature railing surrounding the entire island. We're also going to begin on Operation Restore Nature. I've chopped down a bunch of mangrove trees towards the beginning of the season, and I'd like to go ahead and restore them. I think ultimately, though, my friends, what we're going to be needing is a Season 2 project wall. But before we get on with that, let's see what we can get on a spear. Oh, look at that. There's Lunge 1, the brand spanking new enchantment. What is the highest level of lunge you can get, though? Oh, wow. Okay, sorry, distracted. Totally distracted by the fact we've got Fortune 3 guaranteed as our first enchant. Mustn't forget to check out our armor. Fire protection is nice. Fire protection again. We've got protection 4 and then protection 4. Wow, we really do have a strong starting set of enchants we could apply. But I think it goes without saying. Fortune 3, yeah. Big money, big money, big money. Boom. Oh, by itself. Although I'm now realizing that now that we have Fortune 3, we could probably disenchant this one and see what we can get on this. Anyway, let's go to sleep, get rid of this gosh-forsaken rain, and we are gonna see what else we can get on our other diamond gear. And while we do so, it gives me an opportunity to say a massive thank you for all of your lovely support throughout this series so far. I really do appreciate it, folks. So here we are with a stone cutter. With that, we're going to make ourselves some stone slabs, and then I should be able to make myself, there we are, a grindstone. So having disenchanted my Fortune 1 diamond pick, we now have Unbreaking 3 guaranteed. And I don't know about you folks, I've always considered Unbreaking 3 a bit of a risk, but combining Unbreaking 3 with Fortune 3 is actually probably a pretty good idea. So there we are. Ooh, very good. For once, going for Unbreaking was worth it. All right, what do we got? Depth Strider 3. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Unbreaking 3, Respiration 3. Wow. See, the thing is, I'd very much like to have both Respiration and Depth Strider, because then any future underwater caving sessions would be super easy. All right, let's go for Respiration. What do we got going? Wow. Okay. That, my friends, is what I call amazing luck. Oh, very good. So there you are. Proof that you can indeed get looting on spears. We can get sharpness as well. Wait, can we basically just get, like, all of the sword enchants, but on a spear? In addition to the brand new lunge enchant? It certainly seems that way, doesn't it? Oh, very good. Efficiency 4 on a shovel. Do you know what? I'm absolutely going to go ahead and take that. I don't even care that it's by itself. I just appreciate having this because it's going to enable us to instant mine this grass and the dirt that's underneath it so we can finally start on some bigger projects for this season. So for a final level 30 enchant, I seem to have Unbreaking across the board aside from the spear and the crossbow and this, but they're all sort of mid-tier enchantments. Oh, I'm breaking through on a chest plate. It's going to be a gamble. Let's see if it pays off. Boom! Mid-spec. I tell you what, I know this might be painful to some of you folks, but I'm actually going to go ahead and start this one again. We've got a little bit of protection 4 guaranteed on a pair of leggings. That's not too bad. Is this going to be one of those episodes where I just pop into the nether and get myself up to 30 levels over and over just so I can get myself a good set of enchanted diamond armor? I mean, it's looking that way, isn't it? I mean, hey, we've got ourselves Fortune 3, so why not go ham on some quartz, right? My goodness me, that's a lot of quartz to kick things off. And here we are, level 30. And here we are with our second bit of protection for diamond armor. Oh, I'm breaking 3 as well. Get out of town! Looting 3 guaranteed next? Wow. Do you know what I've just realized? Because all of the piglins keep getting zombified, it means I should be able to pick up the nether gold without anyone getting mad, right? So if I just do just a little bit of this, just to test the waters. Yeah, no one's getting mad. Oh, that might be just exploiting snapshot bugs. I dare say that'll be fixed in the next snapshot. But at the time of me making this episode, we are still on 25W42, which still has the piglin bug, whereby for whatever reason in the nether all of the piglins get zombified. Now I know some of you folks might think I'm being wasteful fortune mining this here nether gold ore, but I actually did the testing in season 1 of the Let's Play, and we discovered that actually you can get more than an ingot's worth of gold from fortune mining nether gold ore. It does rely a bit on luck. Yes, I'll grant you that. I think it was like 32 ores I went ahead and smelted, and then 32 ores that I fortune mined, and I discovered that fortune mining granted me like 9 more ingots worth of nuggets. So yeah, if you're feeling lucky, you might just get yourself quite a... Oh, wow. But yeah, if you're feeling lucky, you might just wind up with way more gold from fortune mining than nether gold. Anyway, there we are, back up to 30. Blimey, that is a lot of gold and a lot of quartz we got going on here. Man, do I love doing that. Oh, I've been really enjoying the spear so far this season, it has to be said. Last episode, we discovered that the phantoms just get impaled on your spear so long as you have it stuck out in front of them. And yeah, today, spearing gassed fireballs right back at them. So here we are, amazingly, looting 3. I can't believe we got lucky enough to get that crop up. Oh, would you look at that? Protection 4 on a chest plate guaranteed next. Dude, our enchant luck today has been insane so far. Might as well grab ourselves a bit of glowstone while we're here, right? Now, when you fortune mine glowstone blocks, you are pretty much guaranteed to get all 4 bits of glowstone dust that are necessary to make the glowstone block back. Of course, it'll be better to just silk touch these blocks, but unfortunately, I don't have silk touch just yet. Anyway, there we are, back up to 30 once again. Would I be greedy for wanting a little bit of unbreaking on top of the protection 4? I mean, probably. I've already got 2 bits of unbreaking armor at this point. Yeah, I thought so. Lunge 3. Interesting. Is that the highest tier of lunge enchant you can get? I've no idea. I should probably go check on the wiki real quick. Oh, snappers! It turns out it is indeed the maximum level of lunge you can get. I'm just going to get myself 4 levels, and then we can go ahead and get that thing and play around with it. Now, some of you folks might think I'm sort of rushing through progression here, but believe me, that is not the case at all. I simply want to get myself better tools and gear so I can build just a little bit more effectively. To be able to instant mine the dirt and grass, for example, that's a big step forward, I would say. And then, of course, having protection on your armor will ensure that you're able to stay alive while building, even if you get hounded by mobs in the night. So yeah, please don't worry. I'm not purposely trying to rush progression. I'm just trying to make it so I can build a little bit easier. And here we are, folks. I am excited for this one. We've got lunge 3 guaranteed, and I want to see what our spear will be capable of with that put on. So here we are, lunge 3. Oh, we got a bit of unbreaking 3 as well. Nice. And then we could put the looting on top of that as well. Oh, this is shaping up to be a dang good spear. And would you look at this for epic luck? The very next enchant is Depth Strider 3 for my boots. Alrighty, my friends, let's see what my spear is capable of now from horseback. Let's go ahead, get this thing out. We're going full speed towards this creeper, and I missed. Gosh, I suck at this. Boom! Okay, so not quite one-shotting. But, I mean, still two-shotting these dudes, which is pretty good. There's a zombie trying to make his way to me, and, okay, still taking 4 shots. All right, let's try this creeper down here. Yeah. I don't really feel like I'm doing more damage, per se, towards the hostile mobs. So, if lunge doesn't give you more damage, what does it do? Do you know what? I think I've got it. Do a little bit of that. Whoa! Okay. It's literally a lunge. That makes sense. Okay, that's kind of cool, actually. But that is absolutely sapping away my durability, isn't it? All right, let's go try it on this skeleton real quick. So, do I do, like, a whole bunch of damage by, like, crashing into these guys? Boom! Oh, let's try that again. Boom! Boom! Yeah, I'm not so sure. It is literally just a lunge. Okay. What if I was to run with this thing out and then do a left click? No. Okay, that didn't really do anything. Huh. But yeah, look at my durability, man. That's despite having Unbreaking 3 as well. With that said, though, I have seen that they have made it so you can have mending on this bad boy. So when we get our first mending book, maybe things won't be too bad. But yeah, for now, I think we need to avoid lunging. Because I don't want this thing to break. I tell you something, though. I am glad that I have held off putting looting on this here spear. Because I would have been pretty upset if I had accidentally used up all of the durability here without actually, you know, utilizing the looting. So yeah, that was us checking out the lunge enchant for the very first time. Now it's time to get ourselves back up to 30 levels once again. Depth Strider 3 is what's coming up next. Oh, the ping pong master continues. This time, axing questions. Never mind all the fire around here as a result of previous gas fireballs from me missing many, many times. No. That was the first time hitting it back to him. And once again, we're back up to 30. Please, dear based Minecraft lords, let this be a clean sweep of protection 4 on all of my armor. Boom. I'll still take it. Turns out we have efficiency 4 guaranteed next, so I think what I'm going to do is another pickaxe in the hopes that we get ourselves a fairly reliable workhorse, or maybe even a silk touch pickaxe if we're lucky enough. So, for what I'm going to say is the final time in today's episode, let's get ourselves back up to 30. And there we go. So there we are, efficiency 4. And it is indeed a nice, reliable workhorse pickaxe. Brilliant. So I think that'll do for the enchanting today. Got us also a pretty decent set of armor. I mean, yeah, we're lacking protection on the boots. We're lacking on breaking on a couple of the bits here. But all in all, I'd say we've had a pretty lucky enchant session. Just one thing left to do, and that is to combine these two together. So we got ourselves a fairly decent fortune pickaxe. And there we are. So let's make ourselves a bunch more gold blocks. Dude, look at the amount of gold we have now. That's not bad at all. And look at the amount of quartz we have as well. In terms of the looting book, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of save it for now. And then when I get myself a bit of mending on the spear, maybe then I'll put the looting on. With that said, though, can you put looting on an axe? max? No, I didn't think so. You were never able to, I don't think. But, you know, it's always worth checking. Only, you know, it is a viable weapon. So then, time for a little bit of a snooze. And then we're going to get on with making ourselves a rudimentary project board. All right, little froggies. Are you ready to hear my plans? This whole island is going to change before your very eyes. When I say I've got big plans for this sparse jungle island in the middle of the mangrove swamps here, I really do have big plans. And it's not just one big plan. In fact, it's probably not even two big plans. I've got three big plans for this area. Number one, I want to make a settlement here that is entirely horse accessible. So we can actually give our zombie horse a proper use around here, as opposed to just having a horse in a stable doing nothing all season. In order to achieve that, one of the key things we are going to be doing is making the edge of the island here into a large ring road. And yes, there's definitely a good amount of landscaping to be done here, but yeah, ultimately I want to have a ring road that goes all the way around the circumference of the island, and then eventually I'd like to have a bunch of horse roads that eventually converge on an eventual centerpiece build, which I'm going to be calling Copperstone Manor. Now, I can't claim full credit for this idea. Well, maybe a little bit, considering it's kind of loosely based upon a project I had in a past series. You might remember a certain something called Blackstone Manor. Well, this is going to be an evolution of that build, because we're going to be using a whole bunch of copper alongside Blackstone to create Copperstone Manor. Now, obviously, as time goes on, the copper will oxidize and it will become like a nice sort of black and turquoise type build. And honestly, I think it's going to look absolutely amazing. Now, the third big plan, and this is something I don't think I've ever done before, and I am taking some serious inspiration from people like Dallas Sewers. A sewer system. We've got quite a lot of elevation difference on this island. I mean, look how high up we are here. We're at Y80. Sea level, for reference, is about Y63. In fact, if we go right up to the very tippity top peak, we're at Y85 up here. This is more than 20 blocks above where sea level is. So believe me when I say, there is going to be plenty of space for us to make ourselves a proper sewer system. And here's the plan. The reason I'm making a sewer system is so that this eventual settlement not only is horse accessible, but it's also Nautilus accessible. Huh? How about that for a plan? Now, as much as, yes, we are allowed to have Elytra eventually, I don't want to rush my way towards getting the Elytra. I don't want to get the Elytra and then immediately feel like my horse and Nautilus have been made obsolete, you know? I want to spend my time, and I want to actually get some good usage out of these two dudes here. I mean, they are the newest mobs in this game at the time of this episode being recorded, and I want to make sure that I'm utilizing them, you know? And yeah, all this goes back to what I was saying earlier. As much as, yes, you might think I'm rushing through progression, once I have myself all of the various OP tools and weaponry and such like that, I'm probably just going to stop the progression dead. I won't go further. I won't go ahead and grab Elytra. I'm not banning Elytra from this season, but I'm really going to make an effort not to rush towards getting them. So then, my friends, with all of those plans revealed, I could also reveal that the live streams will be returning. There's a lot of big things to be done for the three projects that I've just outlined. I need to get a lot of landscaping done. I need to try and grab myself a ton of resources. I need to start planning out where my sewer tunnels can go. All that kind of stuff. There's a lot of epic stuff to come, and I really do hope that all of those plans I've just outlined have got you hyped, because honestly, I'm super hyped. I've been sort of keeping all this in for the longest time, but here we are. All is being revealed. I'm so excited. I'm very, very anxious to begin. I really am. So with that said, my friends, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wrap up today's episode here. But before I do so, I do have a shout out to give to Trek B9 for the whopping £25 donations. This is the last episode. Yo, Trek, seriously, buddy. Thank you so much for that. That is a hefty donation right there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's episode and you're excited for what is to come, do be sure to drop a like. Of course, if you have any suggestions or feedback regarding my Season 2 build plans, leave them in the comments area below. You never know, you might just see a suggestion make it onto the world here. But yeah, subscribe if you don't want to miss out on my future content. But for now, thank you for watching. Do have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you folks in the next episode. Bye-bye!